We're gonna watch this video with Cross about the TWID. Let's see what's going on.
Another week, boys, and another TWID. This week in Destiny, we have some updates to share about power level. It's not over 9,000 yet, but it's rapidly approaching 2,000 with the launch of the final shape. So before that happens, we want you all to have the most detailed information possible about difficulty options, progression, and experience. And this is only one of the topics of this week. Have you checked our latest trailers? How power works in the final shape? Pantheon starts next week. There it is. There it is. A new modifier arrives in PvP. Iron Banner final week approaches. Dress to Impress cosplay Cosmodrome is here, and the Archie plush is available again. Wow, the Archie plush. All right, where no one has gone before. Many have dreamed of venturing into the Traveler, but we are pretty sure no one wanted it to be under End of the Universe circumstances. It's natural to wonder what awaits us after we cross the portal. If it will feel familiar, if the witness has inflicted too much damage. Those are questions that we hear a very familiar voice ask in our latest trailer. No lie, guys, we did a trailer breakdown on it, and it's delivered so well directly from Cade, Nathan. It's almost as if he's been questioning where he's at for who knows how long he's been there. And I'm curious how this is going to play into the wish and stuff that Crow unintentionally made. We need to watch more videos at some point. Now, one thing we know for sure is that new dangers will be waiting for you. The Witness has created a new enemy faction, the Dread, that has unique ways to fight you. See them in action in our latest videos, and look out for a fourth one coming tomorrow, Harbinger and Weaver. We will do breakdowns of all these, but I want to just take a quick look at them. Hold on. For those that have missed these trailers, hold on. Okay.
I've seen the trailer. It's a new
so if you can't tell from there, guys,
fusion rifle.
Extremely annoying. They're going to be suspending you. This should be, can you imagine? People already complain about flinch in the middle of damage phases. Imagine you're sitting there doing DPS and one of these assholes just come out and suspend your ass in the middle of a DPS phase. People are going to rage. Also, that's a new fusion rifle. Okay, this is also the Dread, the husk enemy type.
Suspend or fucking pull you, because they have the ones that pull you. I don't know if those are the same enemies, but it's got enemies that will pull you towards them. You can just go flying behind them, hit a wall or something, but that was suck in a damage phase while you're trying to overdo damage, and they come out, just yank you out of the freaking well, or you know, you're doing something, just yanks you. It's gonna suck.
These guys seem extremely aggressive. Also, if you don't kill them a correct way, they release this almost looks like worm, and that will come and explode on you. And then we have the Grim.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait till those are in the game, because there's gonna be a bunch of people dying to them. I bet you. Watch.
Realize the Grim had been released. Okay, so that was the husk. Now we've got the Grim. Let's take a look at this. Oh, there it is. Yes. Burst fire stasis. So think like Warden's Law, but as a stasis weapon. And again, something that makes the Grim unique is they're gonna have like this yell, this scream that will essentially suppress you. So more annoying things. But look, everybody, we've been wanting a new enemy type. It needs to be some potent. I think this is probably gonna be the most, it has to be lore-wise, the most potent enemy type we've ever gone up against, as this is essentially the Witness's forces. All right, we also have some desktop wallpapers. Look at that. It does look good, man. All about the hands, dude. All about the hands.
I might
that
get
one looks pretty good. This one is so good. Look at that. It's got Cade in the background right there.
I might get that one.
Solid. All of these are, I mean, not that previous wallpapers haven't been dark, but these are exceptionally dark. Oh, and
I like them.
Phones too. That looks solid.
Ooh, they got some for your phones.
More. I didn't really care for it for the desktop background, but I mean, it looks okay. But for this, for your mobile, yeah, absolutely. They all look really solid though. Oh, that one's good too. Damn. Okay, very nice. Now, how power works in the final shape. Fire Team Power was announced at the Destiny 2 Showcase 2023, but we've got a lot more coming with the final shape.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna, because I still have Destiny going in the background. and I can hear.
When it comes to improving how power works in Destiny 2, we revisited our power system and overhauled our UI to make power more intuitive and approachable than ever before. You'll find a whole bunch of changes detailed below, all made with the following goals in mind. Power offers a meaningful progression that rewards players with a real sense of getting stronger. Destiny 2 is a game you can always play with your friends regardless of your power level, and lower the barrier to entry for Destiny 2's story content. Power should be intuitive and understandable, both for experienced and new players alike. So for Fireteam Power, in the final shape, playing with friends will be easier than ever, no matter if you play every day, haven't played in years, or are trying Destiny 2 for the first time. The player with the highest power level in the fire team will become the power leader, and all of the players in the fire team will be brought up to 5 power below the power leader if their power isn't already higher. Fireteam Power only affects active difficulty, and your unadjusted power level will still determine the power of your rewards. Being a power leader will also give you a boost to any commendations earned at the end of the activity. Okay, so right here,
Okay, so basically you're not gonna be at the exact same power level as like the highest person in your team. You're gonna be like 5 below. So, you know, that's nice. Then commendations, you're gonna get a boost if you're the leader. I like it. The power leader. I like that. That's pretty cool.
This note's very important. Fireteam Power only affects activity difficulty, and your unadjusted power level will still determine the power of your rewards. You're not going to be able to hopscotch to that reward structure. You still got to go through the process of leveling up. But this is really, really good if you've got, dude, anybody, right? You want them to jump into content with you instead of being like, no, you've got to go farm however many pieces of gear to get up to level to even attempt that activity with you. They can just jump right in you. They'll still be -5 below, but still, that's tremendous right there. Now your power level will now be displayed next to the activity power cap, right by the launch button, so you can easily determine how difficult the activity will feel. All right, so we see the level here. It also shows expert at 2000, adjusted power level 1995. I know I'm probably like blocking some of this.
2000.
Okay. Yeah, and then you also are getting a look at what our power levels are about to be increased up to, guys. You know what I mean? All right, now when your power is increased by Fireteam Power, your adjusted power will take its place. Here, Soyuz is the power leader and is boosting Rook to 1995 power, 5 below Soyuz power. With Fireteam Power, friends should always be able to play together regardless of power level. What is your thoughts on this, guys? Because the power grind has been something that's literally been in Destiny's DNA for years. I would say, you know, whenever.
Okay, so is this gonna be just like for like the campaign or like raids and dungeons and stuff? Like, is this gonna be like the same thing in like trials? Like, if I want a buddy who hasn't played in a while and I'm of power level, let's say I'm like 2000, I'm 2000 power level. I'm like, hey, he, you know, bought the new DLC or whatever, because you have to always buy the new DLC to play trials. You can't get into free. So he buys the new DLC, but he's not at power, right? And we go into trials. Is it going to bump him up to like 1995? It's going to be like 5 below me, or, you know, is this not going to work for PvP? Is this a PvE thing? I wonder if they're going to tell us.
An annual expansion would launch, we would hit the ground running to get that power level up as quickly as we could. How do you feel about this? And also, season to season, Bungie has not been increasing power levels. I think the grind, whether you're a new player or just an old player returning, that's still going to be present. You're still going to have to get those pieces of gear, especially if you want to go out and strike out on solo level content. But there's not going to be this divide between someone who plays every day and a friend of yours that hasn't picked up Destiny in years. And yes, for Destiny, the grind should be more loot focused than anything. The extra 10 power gave you something to do though, season over season. Yeah, I see both sides of it, right? I see both sides of it. Now, here we go. Oh, this is a big one. Removing power limits from legacy gear. One problem we encountered when designing Fireteam Power was power limits found on older gear items. You might have noticed as you read about Fireteam Power that the adjusted power shared by the power leader would sidestep the caps on old power limited items, making it possible to ignore them. After thoroughly considering the problem space, we came to the decision to remove power limits from all items starting in the final shape. Always being able to play with your friends was a huge goal for us. As we close out the Light and Darkness saga, we want to rally all all guardians, active, returning, and new, to help fight the witness. And there is no better way to play Destiny than with your fire team. As we pursued this goal, it became apparent that power limits were fundamentally incompatible with fire team power. We understand that many old power limited items have been dismantled by this point, and we regret that we have no recovery mechanism for these. Going forward, we intend to reintroduce sources for most or all of these, updated to modern Destiny sandbox standards with added properties such as origin traits and build crafting perks, as we have started to do with the Brave Arsenal in Destiny 2 into the light. What this means, this is a reversal of sunsetting. This just opened the door up to a lot of things.
Okay.
Granted, a lot of these we've already gotten back in the game. Why would you use 21% delirium right now when you have a hammerhead? It's even better, but you can. And what
Okay. I see why the video is called well, the thing was sun rising. I see why now. I have a lot of my stuff still. I mean, like, we go to my vault, like, hold on, I'm gonna put some stuff up so, you know, we can actually see the weapons. But I have a lot of sunsetted stuff. Like, I watched a lot of Dado's videos, and I have deleted some stuff, but a lot of the stuff I have kept. Like, cause some of these are, I mean, they're not the best rolls, but they're not bad. They're not bad at all. Like, I just wanted, I don't think, I just wanted to, like, see, I got all these, like, these are all sunset weapons. I got, like, most of the Black Armory weapons. I have Kindle Orchid, but it's not the best roll, you know. It's, could use the Rain Masterwork, and it did come with, like, Rampage and Kill Clip. I didn't really get that roll, but no. And I still have, like, the auto rifle from Black Armory and stuff, the sniper. No, I got, you know, Claws of the Wolf and stuff. Still got some. I got, like, tons of weapons. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. But I still have, like, tons of sunset weapons. You know, I wanted to listen to Dado, but it was like, oh man, just in case anything happens. Like, they're getting rid of sunsetting. Come on now. Come on, they're getting rid of sunsetting. Like, bro. I'm so glad I kept all these freaking weapons.
What this really means is, like, if you're a returning player who left because of sunsetting, your items are going to be usable now, starting with the final shape. That's pretty huge for a lot of other weapons. I know some of you have probably kept the God Roll Gilliard, which is a 600 round per minute auto rifle. Phenomenal auto rifle, amazing in PvP. You'll be able to use that. You'll be able to use Kindle Orchid. You'll be able to use No Feelings, which was a box breathing 180 round per minute scout rifle. I know we have Hung Jury. You'll be able to use Aaron Till. You'll be able to break out. And I'm talking OG rolls here, guys. Some of these weapons have been brought back to us, but we're talking OG rolls that you may have kept, some God rolls. And there's a reason why this has probably been made possible, especially on certain weapons that were so powerful from before. It's because they decoupled range from zoom. Some of you probably kept weapon rolls that have scopes on it that modify zoom that would substantially increase the range of that weapon. But because Bungie has
I didn't think about that.
Zoom from range, you're still going to have the ability to swap scopes, which, you know, that plays a role in your 1v1s, but you're not going to have this huge increase in range like you previously had. So this has been a long play in the making, years being made here. But what this essentially boils down to, guys, is this is a reversal of sunsetting, and I'm happy it's happening. Or happening. Does this mean Not Forgotten is back on the menus? Yeah. Not Forgotten is back on the menu. Everything that has ever been sunset is back on the menu.
Okay, let's make this clear. They didn't want to do this. They clearly didn't. They did not want to do this. It was the stuff they're implementing in, like, final shape and stuff, that it was breaking the game. So they kind of had to unsunset that stuff. you know, I Cross is making it seem like they wanted to do this, like it was coming sooner or later. No, they did not want to do this. They said it. They said it. They said, you know, with the new how the power level works and everything, it was bypassing that. It was bypassing that, so they had no other choice to unsunset our stuff. I I guarantee you, when they're doing this stuff, they were not planning on sunsetting our stuff. It just so to it happened. It probably been a lot more work to fix that problem than just to let it ride. You know, let's just take the cap off of all that stuff. But it's so nice. It's so nice to actually. Oh man, I'm so glad.
If you got Not Forgotten and you want to break it out right now, get crazy with the rework with Magnificent Hal, and we've got Luna's Hal coming out next week. So what this really boils down to is for my folks that have been hoarding for years, such as myself, it's our time, baby. It's our time.
Our time.
It's our
time.
We're improving power bands to further lower the barrier to entry. In the final shape, the soft cap will only require 40 power to reach, down from the usual 150. This change should allow new lines enough time to get familiar with the core of Destiny's gear power system before stepping into the broader game without holding them back. You can also easily achieve the soft cap by playing through either difficulty of the Final Shape campaign. If you complete the campaign on legendary difficulty, you'll be rewarded with an entire gear set at 1960 power, plus 20 into the powerful band, giving you a great head start toward being raid ready for contest mode, which is 1965 power. Okay, again, that's not the top end, but you're going to be limited at 1965 is because of contest.
Oh, raid. I forgot about the raid. I keep forgetting about the raid. So, I need a raid team. I'm good at PvP. I mean, well, I am good at PvP, but I'm good at PvE. You know, I'm not like the very best of 1% in PvE, but you know, I'm pretty good. I know how to listen. I know how to take directions. I know how to take charge if I need to. I know how mechanics work, or you know, I can figure out mechanics. But you know, if you don't have a group, or you're trying to get a group together, hey, I need a group. I need a raid team. So yeah. Oh man, I hope I get into this raid.
The resulting power bands in the final shape will be Power Floor 1900, Soft Cap 1940, Powerful Cap 1990, Hard Cap Pinnacle 2000. These things will still matter, of course, getting as close as you can to 1990, 2000. Those things will matter whenever contest mode is lifted. But the point is, yes, with the raid having such a fast turnaround, you need to do the legendary difficulty campaign, guys. If you're planning on jumping into the day one raid, which is 3 days right after the launch of the final shape,
3 days.
You need to do the legendary campaign to have your character, whether it's all 3 or at least your main raid ready. Now, activity power. Beginning with the final shape, the power level of activities will become much easier to understand. We're also making it so players can enjoy Destiny 2 story and free roam content at any level. Activities will be divided into 2 categories: power disabled and power enabled. Oh my god, dude, simplification, please. Now, power disabled activities play the same for everyone. No matter their power level, anyone at any level can jump right in and experience them to the fullest. As such, increasing your power won't change the difficulty you experience, and you can't overlevel the enemies in these activities. Power disabled activities include campaigns, both normal and legendary difficulties, seasonal story missions, free roam destinations, crucible, and some legacy content. And here it is, guys. You can actually see activity power disabled. Now, power enabled activities, by comparison, are where you grow stronger by improving your power. These each have an activity power cap, or a power level at which you will achieve maximum effectiveness. We've improved our UI to show you exactly what these activities activity power caps are, and if you achieve them, enemies will have a set feel for how tough they are even at the cap. But you'll notice yourself getting stronger as your power level grows. Power enabled activities include Vanguard playlists, Nightfall, seasonal activities, exotic mission rotators, Trials of Osiris, raids, and dungeons. All right. Look, the main thing is this, like, part of me, I feel I'm kind of torn on it because I kind of like being in a free roam destination and coming across somebody and you would see that skull and you were like, holy crap, what is this random set of ads down here that are, you know, gonna mess me up? But I see why they're doing this. It's just, they're just simplifying it, you know what I mean? And especially since the seasonal story missions and the campaigns crossover, they want everyone to be on board. You're still gonna have power level enabled here in these other activities that we pretty much reside in, you know, throughout the season. This is great. We'd have to constantly infuse our gear in campaign, so this is great for us in Legend campaign. Oh, yeah, that is true. That is true. You're not going to be having to sit there and infuse everything. Because look, this is its power level disabled activities include campaigns, both normal and legendary difficulty. So you're not going to have to sit there and burn all your infusion to level things up. I didn't even think about that. That's fantastic. All right. Now, every power enabled activity falls into one of the 5 difficulty tiers or one unique mode. All right. So we got difficulty tier at the top, activity power cap, how to master, and then example activities. So standard, 1945. Focus on growing your power level to the powerful and pinnacle caps. And this includes Vanguard ops, seasonal activities, exotic missions, raids, and dungeons. Now, advanced, previously hero. Oh, so they're actually changing, they're changing the tiers there. Not necessarily the leveling differences, but the actual naming of it. Okay. Optimize your individual build crafting for Nightfall style gameplay while still matchmaking other players. This be Nightfall's expert, previously legend. Optimize your fire team composition and rely on your ability to work together as a team. Nightfall's all sectors, seasonal activities, exotic missions. Okay. Master, still the same.
2010.
Optimize your execution, leveraging the skills built by engaging with other tiers of difficulties.
Nightfall's
all sectors, raids, and dungeons. Grandmaster, only Nightfalls. Tie it all together and demonstrate true mastery to overcome pinnacle challenges of Destiny 2. Notice the power level difference here, guys. 2010 to 2020 here for GMs. Just gotta give you an idea of what to expect whenever GMs launch. And the contest mode, 1965, a unique limited time challenge where each raider will have to demonstrate their gameplay. In this mode, fire team power will not apply. Oh, okay, so they answered that question. I was curious if fire team power would be applicable at all for contest mode, but this is for day 1 rates, and I guess in this case day 2 rates, right? Since we get 48 hours, unless Bungie changes this. Why did they say day 1 rate? Day 2, day 1. We got 48 hours, right? 48 hours, so they've confirmed it's still 48 hours. Okay, all right. Now it's worth calling out that gameplay tuning in our existing high difficulty content remains unchanged.
I'm definitely gonna take off for that weekend because last time I didn't for, what was the last raid? Crota? Yeah, Crota, I didn't take off, and I'm so pissed about that.
With these updates, and we're continuing to experiment with the new activities that evolve in difficulty throughout the run, such as deep dives, coil, and onslaught. We look forward to continuing to explore ways to make difficulty activities engaging and rewarding to conquer, while making your ongoing power climb feel meaningful and important. All right. So again, this is just a note here. I know some of you are probably wanting, you know, some of my more hardcore players are wanting some of these activities to be more challenging. I don't know. We'll see. Are you guys asking for like, you know, like a master version of Onslaught? Are you guys wanting like a master and grandmaster version of Onslaught?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind that, like a master or something with, you know, Onslaught, but like, it'd be nice to get like different locations and stuff and different bosses and everything. That'd be pretty cool for Onslaught. Maybe at some point, go even further than 50 rounds. Add 10 more rounds, 15, 20, some point 100 rounds. But if you're gonna make us go to 100 rounds in Onslaught, okay, first, I don't know, maybe they're gonna have to fix the like power level or something. But if you get to 100, the 100 wave Onslaught, it's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Like, there has to be a shiny to drop. 100% shiny to drop. Probably even 2 of them. None of this running 50 waves of Onslaught, get to the end and you don't get the shiny or anything, or, you know, mm, don't even get the weapon you attuned. No, if they up like the waves, like it has to be like guaranteed shiny, like at least one or two of them, 100% drop rate. But I do hope they, you know, expand on Onslaught because I really do like the game mode. I it's like I want more places. That'd be nice. Um, different enemies, different bosses, and probably more waves.
You know, we'll see. I mean, they said they're experimenting, and maybe we might get a master version of Onslaught and a grandmaster version, which would be pretty wild. That would be pretty wild. Now, artifact bonus power. The way you earn bonus power from seasonal artifact is staying the same at its core, but we rebalanced it to better offer a meaningful and rewarding progression given other upcoming changes. With the additional time offered by each episode, we've increased the number of weeks with seasonal challenges, and they will also be receiving a buff to their XP rewards. Given this, we needed to make some adjustments to the XP requirements for artifact bonus power levels. Our goals for the rebalance were that actively engaged players could attain similar artifact levels achieved by the end of an episode, and that artifact power remains a rewarding pursuit throughout. Okay, what does this mean? What does this mean? I'm hearing, I don't know, I'm anticipating a dial back. Now, account-wide power. Titan, Hunter, Warlock, most of us play primarily just one, but what if it didn't have to be so hard to walk in a different class's shoes, greaves, strides, boots? We're also lowering the barrier to entry to play multiple classes by introducing account-wide power. Starting at the final shape, the gear rewards you earn on any character will drop with the power level relative to the highest power character on your account. Level up the power of your hunter, and when you switch over to your Titan or Warlock, the gear rewards you earn will be around your hunter's level. The exact power rewards will still depend on the source, but the power you earn on one character will positively influence rewards you find on your other characters. Because cross-character power progression is now intrinsic to the game, power boosts are no longer offered for sale. Campaign skips will still be available for all characters. These changes aim to make switching between characters and classes easier than ever before. So try something new and put on that mark, cloak, and bond for the first time. All right, God, dog it.
Yes, I have all three characters. I like all three characters. I am a hunter main, probably Warlock next, then Titan. But it does suck. Like, oh, I want to go play on my Warlock or Titan, but they're not as high as their power level isn't as high as my hunter. So either I have to do a little bit of grinding to get their power level up, or it's just, or I'm just not gonna play with them. But I think right now all my characters are around what's the max power level? 1810. I think they're all 1810 right now. Cause usually I try to power up my other classes, but but this is nice. I like this change a lot. This is one of my favorite changes.
The dub's happening right now. Here's the thing, power boosts. Oh my God, what is happening, man? Why are so many good decisions being made right now? So listen, you used to be able to buy power boosts, okay? You can't do that. Secondly, if you leveled up your Titan and you went through the process of getting all those gear items, getting RNG rewarding, all that stuff, you would have to go through that same grueling process on all of your other characters, which was fatiguing. That's not the case. This transfers everything. It's account-wide power. It's the same reason why you probably hate character quests or quests tied to character. Account-wide quests, completing a quest that transfers to all characters.
Yes, I do hate that because I will go to do something like on my hunter or something and then start this quest or whatever. Then I'm like, oh, well, I want to play with my warlock or something, or a warlock is better for this. Sometimes the other classes are better for some stuff, and you go to play with your other character, and you have to start that whole quest over. Oh my gosh, I hate that so much. Cause sometimes I don't even pay attention. I start a quest on one character. Next thing I know, I go to play another character, and I don't even have the quest. So I did all that work for no reason, or like I'm on a different step of the quest. So it's like I was doing all this work for no reason. So I like stuff being account wide, not character account wide, because it just makes it so much better. So much better.
Is what we like, and the same applies here to power. Again, this kind of comes back to the video we made not that long ago about common sense decisions, and these are back-to-back common sense decisions that are being made. I'm surprised about this more than anything. Power boosts are no longer offered for sale. First, Into the Light was free, and then this. Bungie saying no to money. I don't agree with it. I'm not saying that this was a good thing. By no means was it. I just can't believe Bungie's actually doing this. All right, now reward power. Finally, we're making some improvements to the power of rewards. For some time now, select activities such as ritual.
Now they're not saying no to money, okay? They're definitely not saying no to money. They're just going a smarter way about getting the money. You know, making smarter changes that the community and players want. You know, that's going to bring in a lot more players. And with more players, what does that mean? More money! So, they're not saying no to money. They're just being smart. And that's a good thing for them and us. You know, they make smart decisions. They help themselves out and they help us out. And we want to play the game more, which we're going to spend more money and get friends into it that are going to spend money and, buy the expansions and stuff. I don't understand why these companies I think a lot of these companies, they see how do I say this? Like the short term of making money, microtransaction, blocking off this stuff and everything. And it's like, yes, it does make them money, and maybe a lot of money sometimes, but at what cost? You know, losing players, not getting new players, all this other stuff. Like, it I see where they're coming from, but these companies, developers and stuff, have to be smarter in the way like they want us to spend money, in the way they want to make money, and think about the long-term effect of making the money. You know, all these changes they're making now is going to help them a lot in making money. You know, it's going to have old players that haven't played in months, years, to come back. And maybe they like the game, and guess what? They're going to spend money. It's going to get new players, people playing Destiny. Hey, try this out. Get a new player playing the game, and guess what? They like it. They're going to spend money.
Playlists have had a chance of dropping a powerful reward with +1 power for players between the soft cap and the powerful cap. In the final shape, we're extending this beyond the select activities to just about every reward source in Destiny 2. This change will help players gradually reach the powerful cap, no matter what activities they choose to play, so you aren't limited to just the weekly available powerful rewards. What is happening right now? Additionally, we are improving the power of rewards you purchase from vendors and collections. All items purchased from vendors will now drop no lower than 3 below your highest possible power, and items reacquired from collections will be 5 below instead of all the way down at the power floor. This is incredible. I guess for some of my new players, or maybe you haven't played Destiny in a long time, one of the most aggravating things was, hey, you want to level up? Get ready to do these sets of activities. And then you jump to your next character and do those sets of activities. Go for the powerful gear, and then eventually you get to the pinnacles. But the point is, this right here, they're extending this beyond those select activities. Just about every reward source in Destiny 2. Is this trust? Huh? Am I feeling trust?
They're getting rid of some of the grind, which is nice. But another thing, like they said, like pulling like from collections or the vendors and stuff, it's only gonna be like, 3 below and 5 below, right? Like when you pull from when you go to the vendors, so it's only gonna be 3 below. Then pulling from collections, 5 below. That's gonna be really nice because now it won't really affect your power level as like right now. Like, okay, let's say like there's an exotic that you haven't used in a while and you dismounted it and you're like, oh man, this is I want to try this with this build. Well, you pull it from collections or something, it's at the ground floor. The power level is at the ground floor. So either you have to have stuff to infuse into it. So, cause like to infuse into it, so it won't like impact your power level so severe. You know, like I want to try this weapon in trials. Well, you pull it from collections or something. It's gonna be like at I forgot like 1600 or 18 or 1800. I can't remember which one it is. That's gonna really impact your power level, and you're probably gonna get shit on. And same thing with like going into like grandmasters or some PVE activity. Like you want to try this new weapon out, you pull from collections or something, and it's at the ground floor. It's going to impact your power level severely, which you're going to get your ass kicked unless you have stuff to infuse into it, and that causes your vault to be full because you're trying to keep the stuff that's at power level, that's at the cap, to have for infusion and stuff, you know. So now, like, you know that with this change, you know that you don't have to, really keep a lot of stuff in your vault to have like for infusion and stuff. You're not gonna be. It's not gonna be that of a detriment. You know, so that's really nice. I'm liking a lot of the changes. Bungie is, oh my gosh, they're being smart. Like somebody's up there is being big brain. I'm liking it.
Burning within me right now. What is this unusual feeling? All right, ready to battle the Pantheon. Next Tuesday, Guardians will have a chance to face something we have never done before. Pantheon will unfold starting April the 30th with 4 of the toughest bosses you have faced. The challenge will escalate over the coming weeks until you have to defeat 8 bosses in a row. You can read more details on Pantheon in the April 11th TWID. Okay, so they're actually not even showing what those bosses are. Now, maybe they will. Hold on. Now, Creator Challenge. To celebrate such an occasion, we are launching a friendly competition between some of your favorite content creators. 2 teams will race to be the first to complete each of Pantheon's weekly challenges, all while also taking on increasingly unique modifiers that amp up Pantheon's difficulty. The fire team that finishes first will earn a point, and after 4 weeks of challenges, whoever has the most points will be crowned the winner. Here are the 2 teams that will be fighting for glory. Team Clyde. We've got Clyde, Above, Bob Cross, iFrostbolt, Lana, and CB Gray. Okay. And then Team Sweat, Sickle.
Okay, Above. I know him. He's content creator. I mean, all these are content creators, but I'm trying to think like how good of PvE players are they? Look, Cross and Frost, they're mostly PvP players. Their clan is PvP, but they do pretty good in PvE a lot of times. So, yeah. Then Team Sweat, Swesticle, Evan, Pure Trail, Benny, Yellow's Light. Okay, I know Spectacles, I know Evan, I know Pure Trail, and I know Benny. I don't know these other 2, but I know Pure Trail is a PvP content creator and streamer. Benny is too. I think Spectacle, he does PvE. So I noticed that like
Evan,
I'm gonna
Lana, and CB Gray.
Clyde. Okay, I know Clyde. he's PVE too. So the captains are PVE content creators, raids and stuff. But a lot of these people are like PvP. We're gonna see how this turns out.
Right, okay. And then Team Sweat, Sweat Sickle, Evan, Pure Chill, Benny, Yellow Light, Sneaky Beaver. Okay, all right. Pika Peach will be hosting a play-by-play, providing post-competition coverage, as well as keeping score between the two stream teams. Don't miss it. Oh, all right. Gonna be a good time. It looks good, man. I like my squad.
Watch.
I like
I'm
my
gonna
squad.
watch.
Man, we've got some gamers on our squad. Pure has Pure done a raid? I wish we had Vinny. Vinny's actually on my day one raid squad. All right, yeah, we'll be doing that next Tuesday, guys. It'd be a good time.
That's next Tuesday.
You know, it's all in good fun and good competition. At the same time, though, any opportunity we can take to sabotage the other team, we will take. But all in good fun, right? Welcome to Hardware. No abilities, weapons only. Next week, Crucible Labs will feature Hardware Supremacy. The hardware modifier disables all abilities, including movement abilities like dodge and Icarus Dash. Although you can still use your power jump abilities, and puts the focus on gunplay. Collect heavy and special ammo from crates, and don't forget to pick up those crests. As with all labs, we'll be paying close attention to how this modifier is received, so please try it and give us feedback on what you think. All right, guys, there you go. For my folks that are like, look, I want to dedicate it just my guns.
So no abilities. So I don't know. Movement exotics are probably gonna do really good. Stompies, transversus steps, whatever's on the Titan. Yeah, I got some.
We'll see how much you like it. I don't know. I think people say that's what they want until they get it, but we'll see. We'll play it. I'm willing to give it a go. Last chance to earn Iron Banner rewards. Attention Guardians, Valis Forge, formerly Iron Lord Saladin, will be back in the tower on April the 30th. Damn, we got Iron Banner and Pantheon next week for one final Iron Banner week before the final shape arrives. He's on better terms with Lord Shaxx lately. Check out the lore on your Brave Arsenal pieces. If you're looking for Tusk of the Boron or the Multimach CCX, now is your moment. And if you didn't get them the last time, good news, we increased the drop rates for players that have not acquired them yet. Let me just say this, guys, Tusk of the Boar is really solid. You like Strand and Raveling Rounds, especially good for this season because of Artifact Moss. Now, Cosplay Cosmodrome is back. After an amazing first edition in 2022, focused on Samatha, the Witch Queen herself, we couldn't be happier to announce the second installment of Cosplay Cosmodrome. This time, we're shaking things up a little bit. Each participant will get the chance to create a cosplay for a specific Destiny 2 character. Our lineup of cosplay players is top notch, and you can meet them all while you learn more about Cosplay Cosmodrome in the article we published yesterday. And if you want to cosplay yourself, check out our latest reference kit, The Witness itself. Let me just say this. If I was to nominate someone to cosplay The Witness, there we go. This guy would kill. You know what I'm saying? And listen, yeah, I know he's listening, but perfect opportunity to just get the unibrow in there. You know what I mean? It's a clean slate. We can work with it. My man would instantly win. All right. You can also pet the Exo dog. For a dog, Archie is quite curious. It must be because he's an Exo. Or maybe he just got bored of watching those two elixirs struggling to buy some sodas. Glimmer, come on. Just put those Glimmer cubes in the machine. Anyway, we hope you found him again and give him some much deserved love. Archie is the best boy in the universe. And if you feel like having him closer than ever, the Archie plushie is available for purchase from the Bungie store through Bungie Rewards when you complete the Where's Archie Triumph before June the 3rd. All right, guys. Anybody wants that? You can. Outside of that, new light kit update with the launch of update 7.3.6.2, veteran players who acquired a new light kit from my core will no longer have their save loadouts of the corresponding subclass overridden. Players who continue to encounter issues should submit a report to our help forum. Also, some known issues. Certain face markings do not appear on Exos when selected. The Midnight Ride quest incorrectly states players needs to defeat Guardians using handguns. This objective can instead be completed by defeating enemies in raids and dungeons and on-site. Players may be teleported back to the incorrect ADU location after completing certain phases. And
yes. Yeah, hold on. That happens to me every freaking time. Like the ADU is way over there, but it spawns me way over here. I'm like, then sometimes I'm confused because, you know, it moves around. So I'm in front of like a decoy or something. I'm trying to upgrade it. I'm like, why is this thing not upgrading? I'm like looking around. I'm like, oh, the thing's not over here. It's way over there. I gotta go run over there or something. I'll just run out.
projectiles do not pierce barrier champion shields. The Afterglow Sparrow translucent parts disappear when certain shaders are applied. In Onslaught, the switches to open the door to the boss may not activate, preventing the door from opening. We actually had this a few times. Onslaught bounties require the completion of Pathway and Riven's Lair. Do not count pathways completed in the coil. Oh, the brave versions of the Recluse and Hammerhead do not highlight enemies when aiming down sights. In rare cases, the spark in Onslaught can be lost, and Onslaught turrets can target players, strand clones, and premics. Yeah, that's actually happened to us a few times with our clone build. Now, as a final note here from Bungie, we hope you're getting amazing brave weapon rolls and making stacks proud. Maybe you could take some of those and try to complete the Whisper solo and then flawlessly. It's a challenge for sure, but we know you could do it. Let us know how that goes, will you? Alrighty then, back to Onslaught, everyone, the Destiny 2 community team. Alright, that is that TWAB. Honestly, dude, I know we've had some banging TWABs. We've had some terrible TWABs. This may be the best TWAB I think we've ever had. You know, a lot of these are like quality of life changes, but we needed them. We desperately needed them. I'm excited to see how they play out in the wild. I'm excited to hit up some friends that haven't played Destiny in years, and I'm excited to play with old Sunset loot. And that's so wild to me that Bungie has reversed this. And you could tell this was something, you know, they did regret, because they came out not that long ago and they talked about how they're not going to sunset things anymore. But to do this type of reversal on loot, that's incredible. And I know that a lot of it had to do with the decoupling range. I know that sounds crazy, but them decoupling range and zoom, that seems to be one of the last pieces necessary.
Cross, love you, man. But you need to take another look at that TWAB, because you can tell they did want to do it. They had to do it because it was messing up stuff. But am I mad that they did it? No, not at all. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. But you can tell they really didn't want to do it, but it was messing up stuff behind the scenes, and it probably with the, you know, power level and everything, they probably could have fixed it, but it probably would have caused a delay or something. So what was the easiest way? Unsunset everything.
For them to have unsunset things. With that being said, how much in my own vault do I have that has been sunset? I don't have many, dude. I've gotten rid of a lot of things. I kept my Kindle Orchid, my Rampage kill clip roll, and I've kept this Arantil, which has the signal scope.
Hold on, I want to look at my stuff. So what do you just sunset? This is my vault compared to his. Let's start from the top. I have all these kinetic weapons that have been sunset. Now, some of these I can get rid of. Like, well, they just sprung this back. We haven't got it yet. I can get rid of this. I think I can just pull this from the kiosk. I can pull this from the kiosk too, this from the kiosk. So some of these weapons I can't get rid of. Then I have all these. Then I have all these too. Yeah, I have tons of sunset weapons.
Still a good weapon, but I had actually gotten rid of so many different things, dude. But if you get a chance, guys, and you have dim, type in is sunset, is sunset, and it'll pull up all of your sunset weapons. Blame Dado. But before everybody jumps up and starts blaming Dado, understand Dado was operating with the same thing we were all operating with, which was gear that had been sunset would remain sunset. Now, with that being said, I do think all of those items are going to make their way back in the game. They're going to be better because they have origin traits when they come back. So they're going to be better. Oh my God, there's so many weapons though. Hold on. I mean, when we go through here and we look at weapons, I mean, we've got, I mean, just there's so much, but you know, I'm thinking like, oh, right off the bat, we're going to be able to break out, you know, Not Forgotten, with the rework there, the Magnificent How, which is gonna be phenomenal. I can't believe they just put Not Forgotten like that back on the menu. That's incredible. Is there any way to pull them? Yeah, when it's a weapon like this, guys, you can. When it's a static roll like this, you can pull them.
Yep.
If it had random rolls, you can't pull them. But yeah, you just pull Not Forgotten. I'm gonna be rolling with this shit. You can pull it right now and start gaming with it. If you're a big fan of Oxygen, guys, for my scout lovers out there, you can come right over here to pull Oxygen. There's so many weapons you're gonna be able to break out, guys. If you want to break out Hush now, again though, a lot of these weapons that used to be the king. I love Archer's Gambit, but I've got bows now that rivals Hush for me. Granted, Hush is the hipfire machine, so it's a different one. You'll be able to break out 21%. It's still a very solid weapon. You can also buy 21% Delirium. And the kiosk? Oh my God. Holy shit. Fellas, you're gonna be able to go here and purchase 21% Delirium, Hush if you want. No one cares about exit strategy, but you know, if you did Revoker, Komodo, Not Forgotten, Luna's How, you're gonna be able to purchase
so
these.
you just go to the kiosk, get all these weapons.
Let me ask y'all, to purchase these things, this legacy gear, do you have to own anything? Like, do you have to own Forsaken or anything like that? Because it just shows Glimmer, Enhancement Prisms, and Shards. No? Oh my God. So you'll just be able to purchase it outright. Very nice. Very nice. All right, guys, just keep in mind the exotic kiosks here at the tower. You'll be able to jump in and pick them up. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.
Good video, Cross. Love you, man. Amazing. That was the TWID from Cross. I'm glad we have him because you don't want me to try to read the TWID or anything. But a lot of good changes. And they're unsunsetting a lot of stuff. Everything. I can't say a lot of stuff. Everything is coming back, which is awesome. But with that said, I hope you have a good day tonight, or wherever you're watching this. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And I'll see you next time. Peace.